DC is in complete panic mode from what I'm hearing. They know that the event that they launched yesterday, or I'm sorry, initiative, not event. They're trying to make a distinction between the two. But they know that it went over as a dud, and they know that it's not looking good for their October DC All-In. And it gets even worse as I hear what's happening internally here at DC Comics. They've really circled the drain. We're just going to kind of do an overview of all the crap they've done over the last couple of years and show kind of where they're leading, which is literally just more of the same. It's not going to change whatsoever. It's looking really bad. And Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson have really failed to move the needle for them in another just complete disaster that's coming off the train. My name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling comic creator, and I am making the Hidden Emperor graphic novel. This is a great alternative to the woke stuff at DC and Marvel. I am going to be launching this today at 3 p.m. on a live stream here on the channel. So make sure to tune in to the channel then. A lot of subscribers don't get notifications about the live stream for whatever reason. I don't know why those get kind of suppressed, but I'd love to have you in there, say hi, and join us on the launch. This will be in the description below. Right now, it's a notify me on launch, but this will be the live page for the Kickstarter to back once we do go live later today. So please check this out and support these great comics. We've really done a killer job here, and I appreciate you guys. This is so far with all the followers up to the lead-in, the most anticipated comic I've ever come out with, and it's been amazing. All right, let's get into this news right here. So DC All-In got announced yesterday, and this is their big promo image. And as you can see, there's two groups of DC people standing, and it's because they're already making a cardinal mistake of going with a multiverse. People are so sick of multiverse storylines and so sick of the alternate universe and the crossover universe and all the universes and it's just painful. It's bad writing, and the reason they do it is really because they don't want to have to research continuity or deal with continuity, and that is the total onus behind this entire thing. It's really just lazy writing and lazy editorial. So they relaunch these new universes all the time. We know exactly what's going to happen here. It's going to last like 12, 20 issues. Then it's going to get rebooted again, and then they're going to eventually give up on the alternate universe because that's what always happens. I remember when they did Earth 1 DC volumes, and they were trying to explore just doing a direct graphic novel market with those. And those lasted 3 graphic novels each for Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Not very much at all. There were a couple others, but it just fizzled out. And the reason why was the same as it is now. The Ultimate Universe for Marvel was doing really well. This was Bendis's back then and Mark Miller, and they were crushing it. And so DC wanted to copy that and try to capture some of that energy. They failed at it because it just felt like a copycat. Then they're rebooting it again with Jonathan Hickman now, like a real superstar writer. So DC wants to do the same thing, but they don't quite have the superstar, rock star talent levels to get things going that well. Now, don't get me wrong, a Batman #1's going to sell. They've got enough speculators in the market to where that'll happen, but it's just going to fizzle out really, really quickly. We know exactly what's going to happen here. And then the designs, the multiverse, everything that's going on, this is the regular DC universe. You can see it right here. Looks pretty standard. You see all the standard characters here. Very oddly, they don't have Hal Jordan Green Lantern in there. It looks like Jeff, the Black Green Lantern, so they can have a little diversity. But hey, that's what they're doing. And then over here, you have the absolute DC universe. And the designs are terrible. You look at Superman. He's got this sort of emo haircut, like he's a My Chemical Romance fan from 2008. He's got a skinnier physique, and Batman looks like he's roided up, and he's been compared to Rob Liefeld's Cap Tits. An artist I've worked with actually made that comparison. Let me see if I can pull that up and show it directly so you guys can see how it looks right here, because this is something that here it is very weird. Let's pull this up for you. You can see, boom. There's the Cap Tits. There's the Bat Tits. Same energy. So I guess that what they want to do with this is realistically they want to try to get a Rob Liefeld 90s energy out of it, and then a 2000s emo kid energy out of Superman, and then Wonder Woman. You can see they've changed her physique quite a bit. They made her very masculine. She's got a strong chin. She looks like she's transgender. She's got a bunch of tattoos on her arm, so they're trying to make her even more strong female leady than she has already been. So the designs are just terrible, absolutely awful. Now, when you get into their event, they announced this on their YouTube yesterday. They did a 10-minute video, just like I do here, talking about this stuff, where Joshua Williamson and Scott Snyder are talking about it. They don't even seem enthusiastic about it. They're just like, yeah, it's an initiative. We're going to relaunch everything in DC in October. Everything's going to be a jumping on point at that point. All the storylines are going to end in September. And I guess, for real, it sounds like in September, it's a jumping off point for the people who are still reading DC Comics. Now, where DC Comics has been at is the sales have been absolutely atrocious. We once had a big 2 in comics, but it's pretty much moved down to a big 1 with Marvel just dominating all of the top of the charts. A couple of things still get up there, like Batman hits sometimes, and Robert Kirkman's Transformers stuff is hitting. But really, everything else at DC is just sunk. It's just absolute disaster. Mark Waid's done this big event for the summer called Absolute Power, and I mocked it. I did a review on my comic review channel. It was a big political exposition event, trying to it tried to go after MAGA conservatives, etc. But it really just actually made the woke look like crazy people. He did quite the opposite by making this shadow government black female villain who's in charge of everything for real and going after the superheroes. And on top of that, they had the one super open, overt liberal comic hero, the Green Arrow, say he's going to hunt down the superheroes along with the government. So the liberals are the bad guys in it. I think Mark Waid screwed that up on accident. At least that's how the first issue went. Now, Mark Waid helming this it comes with a lot of controversy as well. The guy threatened to burn down the comic industry rather than share the space with conservatives last year. He's absolutely insane. I tried to get him to interview for the channel. With the way things have done, I'm like, let's dial down and just show people we can talk about comics and act like human beings. Mark Waid refused. He said, don't waste my time because, he doesn't want to come on a channel that has, almost 30,000 subscribers. He wants to hide in his little dying comic book industry and put his cotton in his ears and close his eyes and pretend like it's not happening. It's very insane. He tried to cancel Mark Millar last year for Mark Millar defending a comic book retailer who's upset with the sales. Very, very creepy, weird stuff by Mark Waid. And then, of course, he celebrated the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, which we covered on the channel just a few days ago. And then deleted his posts and actually acknowledged us. Thank you as the reason why he deleted his post. Mark Waid, I'm glad you deleted your post because of my influence. You can delete Absolute Power next because you're killing DC Comics with your antics. You need to just get some help, get some therapy, bro, and probably go to church and accept the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior. That's what I pray for you, Mark. I don't want anything bad. I just want you to get redeemed. That'd be the best of all worlds here. So that event is selling very terribly, according to my retail contacts. It has not moved the needle whatsoever. Fans who have read the first few issues, there's been a 0 issue where they pushed a transgender superhero, trying to weasel the man in a woman's clothing into the Justice League, basically. And then the main event had just a ton of exposition, was very boring. So it didn't sell. Readers didn't respond to it. For summer events, if you don't know, Marvel and DC do summer events almost every year, and that's where their bread and butter is. That's where they make most of their money. So with that failing, the rest of the line is failing even worse. It's like the president and the rest of the ticket for political stuff. That the events, those bring up the rest of the DC ticket, and DC's ticket is just dead in the water. So they're really all hands on deck. Now, my industry contacts say this is their last ditch effort. They have no ideas after this. This is their all in. That's why they call it all in. And after that, they're going to get felted. That's right. When this doesn't succeed because of everything that they're doing, which is just the exact same thing they've been doing before. Now, they've talked about lineups of this, and what's going on is Scott Snyder is back on a Batman book, and Joshua Williamson still writing a Superman book. Ram V's involved in it. Jason Aaron's involved in it. all the same usual. Mark Wade's still there. All the same people, the same usual suspects are just making the same books. Nothing's changing. They're not changing creative teams. They're not unblacklisting creative conservative creators. They are just keeping the same woke weirdos in the same positions, doing the same books, and then just starting new storylines with them. So it's really not even an initiative. It's just a branding thing. And that's why Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson, when you look at it, they don't seem very excited about this because there's really nothing else that they haven't done already. They already tried this 2 years ago with Dawn of DC. It failed. They tried it 2 years before that with DC Rebirth. It failed. The only one that worked was the New 52 one well before that, and that kept the company going for like 8-10 years because it was so well done. And Dan DiDio actually hired good writers, hired good people, and did a lot of things. And you have to change things. You can't go with the same creative teams doing the same things and expect different results. And this is what DC does to circle the drain. Now, the big pull here and why you're probably here is the next rumor is this Superman in the Absolute Universe is going to be coming out as pansexual. Now, they've had a gay Superman, a bisexual. I don't know what the difference between bisexual and pansexual is. I guess the later has sex with pans as well. I mean, I don't understand, but okay. But they're trying to rebrand bisexual as pansexual to sound cooler, and that's what SJWs do. They change words that mean the same thing in order to try to trick you into thinking it's something different. And that's exactly what Absolute Superman is. Now, the bisexual Superman was not Clark Kent. They made Clark Kent have a son, and that son ended up gay with a weird pink-haired dude. But now this is the Absolute Clark Kent. And what's rumored to be happening in the storyline is that as an alien, he's not going to have conventional human sexualities. Now, it doesn't make any sense as well because, either he's able to have kids and act like and procreate with humans or not. And we're designed to procreate in a certain way. And then there's a disordered way of being. And, of course, the weird sexualities they present in all this stuff are the disordered way of being. It makes everybody miserable because it's wrong. And that's what it is. And they want to try to force this on everybody else. So the same writers, the same woke agenda, the same multiverses, everything's the same. And yet DC's trying to sell you something like it's different. It's not going to work. Not going to work at all. Now, Scott Snyder himself said he was frustrated with the narratives that superhero comics are dying. He posted this. I don't know why he posted this just a couple hours after announcing this. It is dying, and it is dying. It's not dying because of what the genre is, Scott, if you do watch this video. It's dying because you guys are presenting these same ideas over and over again and causing the same problems with the bad storytelling, with the multiverse crap, with lack of continuity. I mean, the continuity is so jumbled now, you really can't even get back in on this stuff. And then pushing the weird sexual fetishes onto these characters in order to try to groom everybody into these lifestyles. Nobody wants this. It just needs to stop. And maybe this will be finally the all-in after they push all their chips across the table, after they get felted, after they lose it all because they're just bluffing. Maybe then we'll see something different when DC's gone. All right. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Please go check out, oh gosh, why is this not loading? My Hidden Emperor Kickstarter right here, which will be live later today. And please make sure to show up for the live stream where we launch this. We're actually excited about this. My comics keep selling better. Things are going awesome. My initiatives are going wonderfully, and it's all because of you guys, the real comic readers, the real fans who actually care about good storytelling, good science fiction. You're here, and I appreciate it. That link's in the description below. Thank you, and please back this today. It'll be amazing. See you soon.